Good morning, good afternoon, everyone all over the world. Uh, First of all, thank you, Anne and Nehaji, for your kind introduction. And I'm here to speak about the importance of good digestion and how we can create a good health through the good digestion. See, when we hear the word digestions, we all are familiar with these terms, but digestion is a very complex process, right from ingestion, right from the first bolus of the food in our mouth to the excretion. Within the gastrointestinal tract, which is the largest part or largest system in our body, and where many mechanical chemical process takes up place. Digestion, people understand it starts in the stomach, but it's not that. Digestion right starts in our mouth. When we eat or drink anything, there are salivary glands which secretes that enzyme known as salivary enzyme, and there is a salivary enzyme known as ptyalin, which right starts the carbohydrate metabolism. We generally understand food as a bunch of chemicals in terms of macro and micronutrients like a protein, carbohydrate, fat, and micronutrients as vitamins, minerals, water, right? So as soon as we eat or drink anything, the first bolus comes into the mouth and we chew. When we chew more, there is more opportunity for that salivary enzyme known as ptyalin to mix with the food. So first thing, first key, chew your food well. While like many times people say it is better to eat a fruit than just to gulp a fruit juice. There is a reason behind it. And Ayurveda places a great emphasis on a great digestion. See, digestion is the cornerstone or a key factor in our health and well-being. And the entire concept of digestive process is governed by a principle known as Agni. Agni, the term Agni comes from the Sanskrit language, and the term Agni gave a birth to the English term known as ignite. You all are familiar with the importance of the igniting force. Let me give you an example. Let's say if you have a nice car, what is the most important part of that car? The battery. If you have a nice car, very updated model, everything is there, but the igniting force, which is the battery, if the battery is not working well, can you reach to the destination? We cannot. Similar importance in our life also, the importance having a good igniting force as a good digestive fire. And according to Ayurveda, our health and well-being depends on having a good digestive fire, good Agni. Agni is the same force which governs our metabolism. And that's why Agni is also considered as a metabolic fire. Nowadays, we see many diseases are metabolic disorders. And we can, up to some extent, rectify or correct those metabolic disorder by taking care of our digestive fire, or at least those disorders we can prevent at very early stage if we can take care of our Agni or our digestive fire. Nowadays, we see since last year and a half, we all are somewhat affected with this present situation, COVID. And many people, those who are immunocompromised, they have been affected, unfortunately. And the immunity plays a major role also in our health and well-being. And our immunity also depends on having a good agni or a good digestive fire or a good digestion. See, many times people tells like when the first sign of the health and disease, what is disease? Dis plus is means comfort. And when we cannot digest something good, we don't feel good, we don't feel easy. And the disease process just starts right over there. So, and we always use that word, prevention is better than key. If you want to prevent either an infectious disease, of course, this is little a bold statement. Uh, the COVID spread through the different channels, but the those who was also got infected, but if they have a good digestive fire, usually they fight off well. And those people who do not have a good digestive fire end up with some critical conditions as well. Anyway, so this is I highlighted about the having the uh, importance of our good digestive fire. So what are some signs and symptoms where we can see that, yeah, my Agni is not working well? This is not a rocket science. And we all have, at some point of our life, experienced some digestive issues. It can be just a belching, uneasiness after a meal, flatulence, gas, constipation, diarrhea, many things. And at the onset of any symptoms, what we can do? Like in the present era, we have been taught to eat at the regular interval. But Ayurvedic wisdom teaches us when we are not feeling well in our gastrointestinal system or when our digestion is not right, don't do anything. Don't do anything means just give a rest to our digestive system. Do a little fast. It is like we don't need to follow, oh yeah, this is 8 o'clock, it is a breakfast time, it is a noon, it's a lunch time. No, 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 no. If you don't feel good, if you don't feel easy on your stomach, skip the meal. It is absolutely fine. That's the first important key factor, you know. So the first important thing, keep it easy. And the another thing, next thing, keep it light. Keep it light means, you know, most of the people, most of the time, little have a habit to eat the full stomach. Actually, Ayurveda recommends assume that your stomach has 4 parts. Fill with solid food, 2 part, 1 part liquid, and keep 1 part empty. See, why keeping 1 part empty? Because the whole process of digestion, it starts from ingestion. Then the second is digestion. As soon as we eat the food, it comes into the stomach. Stomach has longitudinal lines, and I'm not going into detail about all these things. But there is like as soon as food enters, it comes into the contact with hydrochloric acid, which activates the pepsinogen to convert into the pepsin, which starts the protein digestion. Carbohydrate digestion starts in the mouth. Now here, when the bolus of the food comes into the contact with the pepsin, it starts protein digestion, and it comes into contact with hydrochloric acids. And where the first thing, whatever we eat or drink, everything is converted in like a food juice known as a chyle or a chyme, and which is like a white color. If we have eaten like green leafy vegetables or whatever, everything is like in the stomach becomes the same. Then those part chyle further goes through the pylori corypheus to the enter into the first part of the small intestine, and the beginning part of the small intestine known as duodenum, where the bile duct secretes the bile like which is produced in liver but collected into the gallbladder, and it through the common bile duct it secretes that bile, and bile has many digestive properties. So this bile starts the fat digestion and many things. So digestion continue to take the place. So ingestion, digestion, then what happens? Then the part of assimilation and assimilate, and then absorption. Some of the nutrients are absorbed because those absorbed nutrients through the blood gives the energy to sustain and to maintain our daily activities, to heal, to restore, and then also it produces the waste product, and which is excreted. You know, the first sign of the health is having a good appetite. You know, like if you have seen even a minor onset of cold or flu, whatever, what we feel, do not not like eating, right? It affects to our appetite. But still, we force ourselves, oh, if I don't eat, how will I get the energy to recover? You know, in Ayurveda, it is said there are 5 main conditions. Akshi Kukshi Bhava means eye disorder. Kukshi means the stomach related or gastrointestinal disorders. Akshi Kukshi Bhava Jvare. Jvar means the fever. And in these conditions, they have suggested Pancheti Pancharatrat Langanat Nashyanti. First 5 days, take good care of Langanam, Lagu Annam. Lagu Annam means light to digest kind of food, more soupy food. If you don't have enough appetite, don't worry and do a little fast. Break your fast. You know, certain habits we have to rethink, reconsider, like about our daily living, about the breakfast. If you understand the word break fast, it is just breaking the fast. But we are accustomed to have a large breakfast, which is not a good thing. I'm here to tell you about some of our die-hard habits, which is little difficult to live, but definitely to reconsider about it. So to break fast, you know, our breakfast should be a light and warm. The another trend is about starting a day with the cold smoothie, which is also not a good idea. See, our digestive fire, if you understand the term Agni, Agni is a fire. And if there is a fire, and if you want to diminish the fire, what will you do? You will just pour the cold water. And the same analogy applied in our physiology also. So like if we just start our day with a cold smoothie, cold juices, I'm not against with the smoothies and the juices, but first thing in the morning with the cold smoothie and cold juices is like powering the cold water to the fire, and it diminishes that fire, it destroys that fire. Actually, we should make an effort to rekindle the digestive fire. You know, my favorite recipe, let me share with you. You know, don't afraid to use the herbs and the spices in our daily living. Herbs and spices are the Mother Nature's pharmacy. Let our kitchen cabinet become a medicine cabinet. Not necessary to get afraid of like all the spices. Within the range of the herbs and spices, there are certain hot spices which may not agreeable to all the people, but within those spices, there are some spices which are flavorful spices, which have some essential oils and many active ingredients, which helps to facilitate the digestion. So let's incorporate. My favorite recipe, if you want to take a little note. You know what I do? The night before I go to sleep, I heat up the water in the kettle, and then I have a good thermos flask. So in the thermos flask, I take a little half a inch of ginger, just grate it, slice it, chop it, whatever, and throw them into the thermos flask. In my backyard nowadays, we have a lot of fresh mint leaves. So I have those fresh mint leaves. So I add like 6, 7 fresh mint leaves washed. So ginger, fresh mint leaves, then cumin seeds. I take 1 teaspoon, small teaspoon of cumin seed, coriander seed, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. I considered these as a panchamrut. Panch means 5, pentards. These 5 ingredients I throw into the thermos flask and power the hot water. Then I just tight the lid,
Love yeah.
just shake it and keep it overnight. You don't need to do anything. When you wake up in the morning, this herb infused water or a tea is ready for you. And if you have a good thermos flask, it will not be too hot, but it will be warm to hot, and it is ready to drink or sip. Have a 1 cup of water. Of course, before drinking or eating, I do recommend to clean the teeth and scrape the tongue. Scraping tongue is also an important part of our daily routine, but unfortunately, this is little missing. You know, I recommend usually the copper tongue scraper, and copper has better antiseptic properties, plus copper's color, if you see the copper color is the similar color of the fire. And in Ayurveda, we use that principle, Vruddhihi Samanehi Sarvesham, law of attraction. Means it has the same color and it is warming metal. So it stimulates, like when we scrape the tongue, and tongue gives the mirror image of our internal organs. And when we scrape the tongue, it gently presses those points or centers on our tongue, and which starts the digestion process. And after cleaning the tongue, we can have a cup of this tea or water, warm water, and that is a good idea to start our day. Yeah. Then, of course, we live our daily life. This water also has the warming properties and warm qualities. Always cold constricts, hot expands. This is the basic principle of science, right? So like when we eat or drink something warm, it expands and it gives a little boost to gastrocolic reflex, which stimulates the peristalsis movement, which is very important. Our food should not be stagnated in the gastrointestinal tract. Otherwise, it gets fermented and it creates the toxins, which is known as ama, a Sanskrit word ama, A-M-A, which is metabolic toxins. It is produced when the food stays longer time into the system. The another thing, first thing when we wake up in the morning, or when after brushing the or before brushing the teeth, just quickly see your tongue in the mirror. If it has lots of thick, heavy coating, which is a sign of more toxins in the system. See, as a part of metabolic process, we all produce those metabolic toxins, because metabolism is anabolism plus catabolism. It's a natural process. So, but like when we have a thick, heavy coating, it is a sign of more toxins. And when we see heavy, thick coating, and if we don't clean the tongue, what will happen? With our food or drink, those toxins again go into the system, which our body try to expel. So help naturally to expel the toxins. Our body naturally try to expel the toxins from the both the end of gastrointestinal tract, upper end, which is the mouth. So it is a good habit to clean the tongue, scrape the tongue, and the lower end, one should have a good bowel movement in the morning. It is said North America or US or Canada, it is a country of constipation. Many people, common complaint is constipation. Actually, which is not a good thing. Shri Shri Tattva has many products which helps for proper elimination. And one of the product which is known as Triphala. Three means three, if you understand. Three means three, and phala means fruits. It's a combination of three fruits. Known as Haritaki, botanical name is Terminalia chebula, Bibitaki, Terminalia balearica, and third one is Amlaki, Ambelica officinalis. You might have heard about three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Due to restriction of time, I am not going much in details about the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, three doshas and three gunas. But look for the opportunity to learn more about Ayurveda. And Sri Sri Ayurveda is offering many courses. As I have been informed, in August, at the end of the August, there is a Ayurvedic art of wholesome eating course is going to be taught by Jyoti Jain. And it is online course, so anybody can learn more in details about the doshas. And if you find any opportunity to meet any Vaidya in your area, yes, get checked about your dosha. Get checked about your ama level. That can be very helpful in your daily well-being. Then you can know what are the best options. Many a times we have been told that certain ingredients are good, but Ayurveda says no, one size does not fits all. We have many food groups, right from grains and cereals to fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, animal products, dairy products, oils, herbs, spices, many things. Have you ever questioned why there is enormous variety in all the food groups? Because we all are different, individual and unique. And we all have our unique needs. One size do not fits well. When you go to these courses like Ayurvedic Art of Wholesome Eating, you will be able to know your dosha, and then you will be further guided like what is the right choice from any food group, from each food group. Like some people tells, oh, oranges, yeah, this COVID season, flu season, oranges are full of vitamin C. That's fine, no doubt about it. But some people tells, as soon as I get a glass of orange juice, somehow it doesn't agree with me. I get heartburn. Have you heard about some of the people? So yeah. And some people, oh, come on, orange juice is fine for me. Because every person is different and individual, our needs are unique. So yeah, get your dosha checked and then get further guidance about the right choice from the every food group. Yeah. So the importance of the knowing the dosha, you know it. After knowing the dosha, the second is the knowing the condition of agni. The balanced agni leads to the health and well-being. When we have a good balanced agni, whatever we eat or drink, it leads to the further microfiltration of nutrients, production of nutrients in terms of macro and micronutrients. Sometimes we see like some people who do not care much what they eat or drink, and still they enjoy the health. And many a times we see, like many a times, people taking extremely good care about their eating, clean eating, organic food, and still they are lacking the health. At that time, the question arises, why? So here are the answers. Like if you are taking, even though extremely good care, but if your digestive fire is not working well, they may not be beneficial. Whereas some people, those who are having a good digestive fire and they don't take too much care, but still they are enjoying the health. So our health depends on agni. See, let's say if we eat a slice of bread, now it's a bread with wheat or multigrain or whatever, but we cannot, our body cannot utilize them as we eat. It need to be converted into the end products like a protein to amino acids, carbohydrate to glucose, and fat to fatty acids. And this whole conversion is done by that process of digestive fire. So it is important that we take good care of our digestive fire. Yeah. And I see there are many other things, like when we have a good digestive fire, nowadays, like the medical research is a lot of about the importance of gut health, gut bacteria. You might have heard about the concept of prebiotics and probiotics. And Ayurveda, from the beginning, it is said in Sanskrit in one sentence, Rogaha sarve api mandegno sutaram udaranicha. Udar means our gastrointestinal tract. Most of the diseases, they take the place in our gastrointestinal tract. Due to what? Rogaha, roga means diseases. Sarve, most. Due to mandagni. Agni, you know, now by this time, digestive fire, diminished fire. So take every good care, whatever you can, to stimulate our digestive fire. There is another process where you don't need to spend a single penny. And through our breathing practices, through some pranayams, you know, you might have heard that word, breath of fire. Bastrika, Kapalabhati, those are the breathing practices. Like if you see, like when we do the Bastrika, we give a little thrust through the diaphragm. To whom? To our stomach. Like we blow that air, and which helps to stimulate our digestive fire. And we have here Elizabeth, and I know she is going to give a little demonstrations. Those who are little new for this concept, you know, these are like simple tips which helps us to rekindle our digestive fire, you know. So yeah, I hope this will help in your health and well-being to keep your agni well. And by keeping your agni well, you will be more healthier, more vibrant. And this is last but not the least. It is not just about our physical digestion, but life is a combination of body, mind, and soul, or a spirit as well. Our mental health, our mind part. Good digestion leads to the good mental digestion as well. Many a times we see that, like when we do not have a good digestive fire, our mental health is also affected. You know, nowadays, several studies has concluded some of the chronic illnesses like Parkinson's disease and those, it's a brain condition, or related with the certain dopamines. I don't want to go into too much detail over there, but it starts in the gut. So by taking care of our gut health, by taking care of our digestive health, we can prevent some mental disorders as well. Yeah. So like, there's our mental, emotional aspect of our well-being also depends on a good digestive fire. Like if you see, I have a granddaughter now, she's just 10 days old, and I see her, like, when she have a good poop, good bowel moment, and next moment I see a nice chuckle on her face. And like, just see, like when you don't have a good bowel moment for 2-3 days, how is your mood? It affects our mood and emotions as well. So for our physical and mental health, to take a good care of digestive fire, do whatever you can. Whenever we need to take care of some certain herbs, spices, please do not hesitate. They are not like what I gave you the formula, which is not expensive at all. It is just in your kitchen cabinet. Use them. These are general formula and everyone is different. If you have any question, either you can ask to me or some other Vaidya. Yeah. If you are allergic, just avoid them. Time to time, using Triphala. This is a combination of 3 fruits. And particularly for those fruits, they are like a nectar. First part of Triphala, which is known as Haritaki, it comes from Combretaceae family. And botanical name is Terminalia chebula. In Sanskrit, it is said, Yasya gruhe nasti mata, tasya mata haritaki. Mata means mother. Haritaki is the Sanskrit word, means Haritaki plays a motherly role for the even newborn children as well. Amlaki, which has highest storic qualities. It is a kind of gooseberry, and you can learn more from the reliable sources. So yeah, it was nice talking to you. I hope you enjoyed the time. And yeah, let me have a quick look about all the questions I see here, and if I can answer some of them. Yeah. And or Elizabeth, would you like to take a little charge about some breathing practices? Or maybe Nehaji also going to speak something about the herbs. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.
Hi. Nitin?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to show the 2 digestive breathing exercises that you wanted to talk about.
Sure, please.
We'll do those now.
Yes, please.
Okay, so.
Yes?
Yes, please. And
so
then
I'm
maybe
just
we
going
will
to
answer
move
the
position
questions,
so
right?
that I
Maybe
can
you can ask me the
there.
questions and we can
Then
take care
after
of
that,
it.
we'll answer the questions, yeah?
Okay, whatever you suggest.
So just keep talking for a minute while I get in position.
Okay, so here the question I see here, like Triphala and Haritaki, can we take every day? In the small doses, it can be act as a rasayana. Rasayana is a class of or a group of the herbs which can be taken for a longer time, means they are rejuvenative herbs. Amlaki is on the top list of the rejuvenative herbs. Haritaki, yes, when it has little drying properties, but it is good for the vata related disorders. So yes, it can be taken longer time. Sometime if you see more dryness, then just you stop it for few months, few days. But in general, they are very safe and they have rejuvenative properties known as a rasayana. Yeah, and sorry, I cannot go through all the questions.
Yeah, I can
maybe
go
you
through.
can ask me afterwards.
Yes, Nitinji, so I can tell you some of the questions. Yeah, so someone was asking, my daughter has gluten allergy. What
Yeah.
should she do to correct it? It is also poor digestion based, question mark.
Yes, it's a very interesting question. See, gluten allergy, gluten intolerance, and gluten-related condition known as a celiac disease. So if you have those stage like a celiac disease, absolutely no glutinous grain. But not everybody need to follow that gluten-free diet, because gluten, it's a type of protein which glue everything. Nowadays, I'm agreed with the wheat-free diet because of the quality of the wheat, but I am not agreed with the gluten-free diet. And if your daughter, if it first try to eliminate the wheat, and if you feel it is with the little digestive issues, then maybe like a very tiny small amount of the barley, and see if it agrees with you, it agrees with her. And that's how you can find out. Or just if you have gone through certain taste which it has elaborated as a gluten intolerance completely, then definitely to avoid everything. But the digestivity, depending on her age, it can be beneficial to improve her digestion. And I have many clients who were like initially came with me with all their, oh, I cannot take, and like after improving their digestion, they are in a small amount, they are okay with this, like other glutinous grain, not with the wheat, but other glutinous grain. I hope this helps.
Yes. Another quick question someone was asking, is Chyawanprash good for digestion?
Chyawanprash is a rasana, but it has ghee and original formula with the honey, but nowadays it is made with the sugar, and it is little heavier. So if you have a lot of digestive issues, keep a little hold for taking Chyawanprash. First, you need to take care of your digestive fire. Let's rekindle, so you can avail the maximum benefits of the Chyawanprash once your digestion is restored. Otherwise, you may not have those benefits.
Sure. And one more question, the tea that you suggested to take in the morning, can Pitta person also have that tea? Some person.
Yes, it is a very balanced, because see, mint is cooling, fennel is cooling, cumin is a neutral, coriander seed is cooling. So for the Pitta person also, if they like, they can omit ginger, and then it will be a perfect formula for them. And not only morning, what I do, I keep a thermos flask with me, and throughout the day, I just sip it little bit. When it finishes, I add just keeping adding hot water. At night, I throw away ingredients. If you like to chew it, and make a fresh batch.
Sure. Thank you so much, Nitinji. I think Anne is ready for the demonstration.
Ready. Yes,
so
ready.
I'll just add her to the spotlight. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh, you need to unmute, yeah. Thanks. I think, yeah, that's good. Can everybody, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. One thing I have got here is this little contraption. For those of you who have not seen one before, this is the Ubiquitous tongue scraper that Nitin was talking about. That's so important for scraping the tongue in the morning. If you don't do anything else, please go out and buy one of those. Yeah, sure. You take it right to the back of the throat, as far back of the tongue, sorry, as you can, and pull forward. And then let it wash it off and do it again until it's clean. That's how to use it. Okay, so now we're going to show you two digestive physical exercises for digestion to help them stay strong. The first one I'm going to show you is Kapalabhati. Some of you may know it, some may not, but sit in a comfortable yogic position, whatever pleases you. You can do it on a chair if you can't do it on the floor. And what you're going to do is you're going to, first of all, just relax. And then you can close your eyes. If you want to get down on the floor or sit on a chair and do this with me, do it. But watch the first one and then I'll do another round after that. So what we're going to do is just relax and close the eyes. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed and the hands are relaxed. Place the hands on the knees and lean forward just slightly. Okay? And then you're going to take a long, deep breath in. And you're going to let go. That's just a relaxation breath. Breathe in again, and this time, when you let go, you're going to breathe out completely, and then you're going to, on the out breath, you're doing an active out breath and a passive in breath. So it goes like this.
Pulling the navel in.
Pulling the navel in and the diaphragm up. And that is going to really energize the digestive system. Nitin might want to say a little bit more about this because it's a very good exercise and there's lots of bounties with it too. So let's do it once more. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. So you're really getting that air out of the bottom of your lungs where it tends to stick if you're not breathing deeply. Let's do one more round. We'll breathe in. And on the out breath, okay, and you're breathing out through the nose. All our breathing actually should go through the nose. So many of us mouth breathe now that we really need to be observant about that too. So hopefully that's a good one for you. The second one we're going to demonstrate is called Bastrika. Let me show you this one. Many of you may know it if you've done any of the Art of Living courses, but you start with the hands, with the arms relaxed against the side of the body, fists together. Again, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to raise our arms. I'm doing it very slowly. Reach for the sky and let the arms drop down. And that again pushes the air out. It causes the air to go up like that. So I'll do it a little few more. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathing in. Drop, drop.
Do it then.
And relax. If this is your first time, do about 10, and you can work up to 20. Okay, let's do one more round. It's an incredibly invigorating and brings up the energy in the body. If you're getting a slack time during the day where you're feeling a bit dozy, try one of these, a round of these. It can really improve your energy level. Let's try one more. Arms by the side, relaxed at the side of the body. Take a deep breath in, let go, and breathing in, up, down, up, down, stretching up, down, drop down, up, down, through the nose. And relax. And just bring the breath back to normal. Hands on the knees, facing, the palms facing upwards this time. Kapalabhati, it's down. With this one, it's up. And just relax for a minute. Have a pause between each one. Be careful when you do this that one, you don't go very fast. That doesn't work. You're not getting that pull there. You've really got to, and be careful you don't do this. We often see this happening. Yeah, it's straight down. Yeah, and be careful you don't come forward either. We see that too, where the arms go back like that. So it's straight up and down. Okay. Two really good exercises for the digestive system. Nitin, do you have anything to add for that? Because I know there's a lot of digestive benefits there you might want to speak about. We've got a few minutes still.
Thank you, Anne, for giving a nice quick demonstration of Kapalabhati and Bastrika pranayam. Kapal
Have I
means the
lost you all?
forehead and
Tell him to
Bhranti
unmute.
means shines.
Can you unmute,
Like-
Nitin?
Sorry, unmute.
You're
Am
good.
am I audible?
Everybody's gone.
Yes, yes, you're fine.
Am I audible?
No,
Okay,
still
good.
Yes,
with
you're
me.
audible.
Okay, so just let
Hello.
me give you a little idea about what Kapal Bhranti pranayam do. Kapala means the forehead, Bhranti means shine. So it shines forehead. How? Providing more blood flow through the jugular veins.
Nitinji, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, I think now I am audible,
Yes.
right?
Yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So Kapal Bhranti and Bastrika pranayam, they both are known as a breath of fire, which supports not just the digestive fire, but also supports the mental fire. Like sometimes, like Gurudev has used the word, or I'm not sure, Gurudev or someone else, like Kapalabhati pranayam is known as a yogic coffee. The caffeine effect, like stimulating effect to our mind as well. Like Kapal means the forehead, Bhranti means the shine. And like, when we do the Kapal Bhranti, it gives a nice sensation of being fresh. It brings that freshness and stimulating coffee kind of effect our mind. Bastrika, if you have an opportunity to see any firesmith, how they blow the air, the similar action, it blows the air to our digestive fire. So it helps in many ways. Yeah, thanks, Anne. Okay, I see here about does dairy diminish acne? Let me tell you, the cold milk, cold dairy products, yes, diminish the digestive fire. But nowadays there is a little trend about a golden milk. Golden milk, which is a formula, golden color is due to turmeric, curcuma longa, which has many curcuminoids and curcumins, which are having a COX-2 inhibitor kind of properties, anti-inflammatory. COX-2 inhibitors like anti-inflammatory drugs. And it is done with many other ingredients as well. And it do not diminish. But nowadays, the dairy milk is very controversial. In the ancient time, dairy milk was considered sattvic, but nowadays I considered as tamasic. And what is sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic? Liz Elizabeth explains very well in this Ayurvedic wholesome eating program. So yes and no, both. But yes, cold dairy products definitely diminish the digestive fire. Yeah.
Someone was asking, what do you suggest for digestive challenges later in life due to dermal hormonal changes?
Hormonal changes. Very good question. Hormones, like we have 13 types of fire. The main fire is a digestive fire. Then there are 5 elemental fire. Gurudev speaks about Panch Mahabhutas. So 5 elements has their own fire, and our body is composed of 7 vital tissues known as Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asthi, Macha, and Shukra. And these 7 vital tissues have their own fire. This is also related indirectly with the hormones as well. So taking care of our digestive fire, because it is a king of all the fire, which helps for the hormonal balance as well. Hope this helps. Okay, here I see another interesting question is about A1 milk and A2 milk. Are you familiar with the A1 milk, from where it comes? What kind of cows are they? And A2 milk, which cows we are getting from it? There are, like in North America mostly, but not North America, but only some of the part of the Europe, where we see the cows are like that hump, flat hump. And there are cows in some part of the world which have a hump like a, so those cows have a hump, they are known as a A2. That's the natural breed of the cows. Those cows, A1 milk, A1 cows have a flat hump, which is mostly we see in Jersey cows or Holstein variety. Do little research. I don't want to use that word because I may offend someone, because it is hybridization with another species of animal. Yeah, so it is not a natural milk. Otherwise, milk I would consider as a complete food. Milk is a source of all nutrients. All nutrients means all the macronutrients and most micronutrients as well. Milk is a source of protein, carbohydrate, fat. These are the three macronutrients. Milk is a source of micronutrients in terms of vitamins, minerals, and water. Vitamins, two types, water soluble and fat soluble. Water soluble B and C. Dairy products do not provide any C, but it provides many Bs. Then fat soluble A, D, E, and K. Dairy, good quality dairy products provides all of them. Minerals, like the most common, like calcium, phosphorus, and those things. Some people says like dairy product do not allow to absorb the calcium, but it is also a big debate. I don't have enough time to go in too much detail, but if you see milk is a source of many minerals, and milk more than 90% is water. So it is like known as a complete food. So there is a saying in Ayurveda, milk is an nectar. Who made the nectar to the poison? It's a big question. A lot of debate we can do another time.
Sure. I guess we can take one last question. It was about the tea that you suggested, that the water.
Yes.
So after drinking that water in the morning, can we have the regular breakfast like tea?
Yes, absolutely. Wait for maybe 10 minutes at least, I would say. And then you can start the day with this tea, and whatever you left in the thermos glass, don't throw it away. Just power the another hot water, add hot water, and carry with your work in your car and sip throughout the day. It will be very beneficial. And it is good in taste as well. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nitinji, for your wonderful wisdom and insights today. I guess everyone learned a lot from you today. And thank you so much, Anne and Elizabeth, also for the demonstration on pranayams. I'm sure people have a lot of questions, but we'll surely have another session with you very soon. And if anyone wants to buy any herbal supplements that Nitinji suggested today, or any products, you're welcome to buy it on the Shri Shri Tattva USA website.